deep in my heart, I just know that they're going to play and start Jimmy Garoppolo. They don't have a package for Trey Lance. But deep in my heart, with everything on the line, with the way that Jimmy Garoppolo maneuvered and operated this offense with efficiency the last time, knowing how they have to win this game, I just can't see the 49ers going with Trey Lance in this huge game and this opportunity. I think that with his development, he's still raw. He has all the tools and the capability, but he's still a one-read quarterback. And when I say that, it is when he's not there the first read, he's not comfortable going through his read and just sitting there when he's sitting in the pocket. So if it's not there right now, he's going to end up running around and trying to improvise. Now, when the 49ers last week in the second half, they started to move him outside the pocket. You've seen a lot of boots. You've seen a lot of waggles. You've seen a lot of deep setup in the pocket, and he's starting to get to the point where he's outside the pocket. He's doing a good job with his eyes of moving it underneath coverage and moving guys how he wants to move them. There was a very, very, very impressive throw. I think it might have been in the third quarter when he booted to the left. He had a guy pull him up in his face. He could have threw it to George Kittle right here, the first read, but he threw off his back foot and threw the comeback to the outside number of the receiver. That was impressive. Yeah. But with a team like the LA Rams, you don't want a quarterback that's just a first read quarterback, because now you have Aaron Donald, you have Leonard Floyd, you have Von Miller. You don't have time to be fooling around in the pocket. You don't have time to be trying to run away from these guys because they're going to catch you. So when I look at this game, I'm thinking that Jimmy Garoppolo has to be the man. It's a formula to beating the LA Rams. And I think that Trey Lance for next season, yeah, you can give him that. But this big game here, I think it goes to Jimmy Garoppolo.
See, I'm a little surprised. I saw you a couple weeks ago after the Tennessee game being hard on Jimmy. But then hearing you talk after watching that game, I hear the Mel Tucker, the Vic Fangio in you watching Trey, knowing this game, knowing that I don't know if that's going to translate. Is that fair?
Yeah.
He's just too raw to put in the situation. If Jimmy's able to go, he could get overwhelmed.
Yeah, he can get overwhelmed, and you need efficiency, and they're going to come after him. You don't want to put him in that high pressure situation. There were multiple balls last week versus the Houston Texans. And we're not talking about the Baltimore Ravens. We're not talking some middle of the pack defense. We're talking about a team that's basically 32nd in every statistical category, and he just mustered to get some yards in the second half off of a play where the corner on the backside was really supposed to just go straight back and take away the Deebo Samuel route, and we're never even talking about this right now. So things like that, so this team right here, this defense that they have over there, they have a lot of guys that are highly skilled at what they do. Their defensive backs don't give up a lot of yards. They don't give up a lot of yards after the catch. They get consistent pressure up front. So I don't think this is a game where you can fool around with a guy that, is pretty unproven, and I don't really trust him versus this defense in a high pressure situation. Jimmy's been here before. Jimmy is efficient. His game goes well with what the LA Rams want to do on defense. I don't think you put the season on the shoulder of Trey Lance.
So what happens if Jimmy can't play? Then how does it have to look?
I think you got to get up out that. You got to play complementary football first and foremost. You know that when the LA Rams turn the ball over early, they lose the game. They typically lose. When they lost to the Tennessee Titans, when they lost to the 49ers before, when they lost to, it's another loss in there that they had when they turned the ball over multiple times. Green Bay. When they turn the ball over early, when they can't, when the opposing offense,
the Niners, they turn the ball over early.
Turn it over when the opposing offense has ball control, which means that you can put together some long drives. You can get some screens. You get some wide receiver screens. You're great on third down. That's when they lose. So I think that if Trey Lance is out there, it's still run first offense. You still have to get up somewhere around the 40 carry mark.
So do you think they can beat him with Trey Lance?
I don't think they can beat him with Trey Lance. I really don't. When I see and I watch the film, I think it was some phenomenal throws that he made, the slant to Deebo Samuel. And what he did in that play as a cover three, he's supposed to look to the right, to move Christian Kirksey, the middle linebacker, come back, trust that he's going to be open in that hole. He did those things. But with a defense that's as versed and been together as long as the LA Rams, I don't trust him. I don't trust his timing.
You'd be licking your lips playing a guy like Trey Lance.
Yeah, you'd be licking your lips, and basically because he showed it. with the interception that he threw, that's really a trick play. That's called a wide shallow. And when I say wide shallow, is whoever's in that near tight end position, when you fake the run and you boot out, they're just going to sift down the line of scrimmage and come out the backside and hope that the backside defender, whether it's a linebacker or a safety, somebody fell asleep and they ran front side,
Wide
thinking
open.
at the quarterback, so he's going to be wide open. They tried to give him a gimme, and he still didn't read it properly. It was just a corner two cover sitting there, saw him leaking out. And there was no reason why he should have threw that ball. You should have checked it down to Kyle. You check in front of you, or you even take a shot to Deebo Samuel because the inside safety to the front side is just sitting on the route. Other than that, you don't throw that football. So that's why I say I don't trust them in that situation. It's going to be a high-pressure situation in L.A. That defense is going to be juiced up. They got a lot to play for. The 49ers basically embarrassed them the last time they played, and the last 5 times they played them. So I think this is a game where if Jimmy can go, he has to be out there.
What do you see with him as a runner? I mean, one of the things I think that probably helped Colin early, right, was he was so dangerous with his legs. Trey looks a little uncomfortable at times.
He looks hesitant.
Yeah, what do you make of it?
He looks hesitant. It showed me that on that 4th and 1 when they tried to go to that quick pitch. Like, you have to influence the defensive end first. They teach you that in Little League football. It was a 4th and 1 where he's supposed to get the ball, go down the line of scrimmage. You have a linebacker there. He has to choose who he's going to take, you or the guy you're going to pitch it to. You pitch it so early, he gets to run down the line of scrimmage and make a play on 4th down. That tells me that he doesn't necessarily want to run the ball. Put Lamar Jackson in that situation. He doesn't want to pitch it. He's going to run down the line of scrimmage. He's going to fake pitch it, and he's going to be running up the sideline. That shows me that he doesn't want to run the ball. There was another one where he tried to do the RPO and get outside to the left, and he took a big hit from the safety, right? You're not trying to put a move on a guy. It looked like me. You're just bracing like a running back that's inside the tackles. That's where, you have to be elusive outside the pocket. So I don't think teams are fearing him in the open field right now. Like a guy like Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, guys that are really trying to run the ball, those are the guys that you have to fear.